On behalf of Mr. Herb Anton, Bruce Kirkland, Matt Miller, and all the rest of our staff here at Lexus of Edmonton, we wanted to sincerely thank you all for coming out tonight for the exciting 2016 RX series of vehicles launch. Now, I am Keith Holmes. Some of you may remember me. I've been here for 11 years now. Missed a few months with a bad foot, but I've made it back and I'm now the business development manager. Mr. Kirkland, of course, has been with our group longer than that. And Lexus of Edmonton, of course, was affiliated with Kingsway Lexus, which opened their doors in 1990. So we're celebrating 25 years of Lexus in Edmonton. We also wanted to thank all of you folks, our guests, for all of the support over the years that's helped build this beautiful building that you see here now. Now, some of our service employees have been with us going all the way back to 1990, so we're very, very proud of that fact. But we have a very tight family here, and I can attest to that because when I was off, I was always made to still feel part of the group when I'd come in here. So that's why I'm back. Bruce actually met my wife before he met me, and he wanted to hire her but ended up with me. So I think I got the better of that deal. But I wanted to give you a little bit of history about the RX series of vehicles. The first RX actually came out in 1998, and it was called an RX 300. Now its size was really closer to the NX than the new RX you see here. And it instantly became the best-selling luxury SUV in the world. Now Lexus invented that category, and of course we know where it's taken off to. Everybody seems to have some version of an RX or an NX. But we're very proud of the fact that this has maintained its position as the preeminent vehicle in its class. We've now fast-forwarded up to the 4th generation of RX. And it has, of course, grown in size, as you can see. And the available features on this vehicle are unsurpassed, again, in its class. Without further ado, I'm going to turn you over to Teresa and Manish, and they're going to do a walk around, highlighting some of those available features for you. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Keith. I'd like to thank you all for coming out here today as well, and again, a big thank you to Keith. So my name is Manish Sharma. I've been here with Lexus Edmonton for a year and a half, and I joined the brand just because the way it's been changing and the quality of vehicles they have produced. And to my right here is this lovely lady, Teresa Decision. She is the Director of Guest Relations.
Hi, thanks so much, Manish. We just actually forgot to tell you guys that anybody actually who came in today for this presentation is actually getting a free RX, so that's nice. So high five to all of you guys. So that's great. Anybody who has a red tie, sorry, no free RX for you, okay?
I didn't know that, Teresa. Thank you. Well, where to begin with this car, guys? Let's just take a moment and really appreciate the true beauty of this vehicle. Okay, the moment's over. Teresa, how about we talk a couple about the features here?
You betcha. So we are very thrilled actually to present this beautiful vehicle to you guys. Last year we were sitting at actually 25 less horsepower as we are this year. So already beautiful and more powerful than it was before.
And the nice thing about this engine is that you're not going to be able to hear the differences. When I got to go to training last month, they said, Manish, pay attention to how quiet the vehicle really is in comparison to the 15. And a lot of you have driven the 3rd generation RX and you know it is a very quiet ride. I was very surprised to hear that I really couldn't hear the engine or anything really outside, Teresa.
Absolutely. We also wanted to touch on a little bit, the 2016 now actually has a standard 8-speed automatic transmission, which is pretty cool. So that actually means greater power, greater pickup, better fuel efficiency, smoother shifting of gears in kind of different road conditions, so a really cool upgrade.
And a couple other standard features like the 8-speed automatic transmission is the introduction in the base model of blind spot monitoring, our rear cross traffic alert, and those rear heated seats that your kids won't be complaining this winter that they don't have them before.
Yeah, we were teasing saying they won't be complaining about the heated seats, but I'm sure there'll be maybe another list, I don't know, that might appear.
Possibly.
We wanted to actually add that in some models as well, there's pre-collision and lane departure alert that can also be added. Also standard is 18-inch rims, and a lot of packages have 20-inch rims now as well. So.
And yeah, we do have the F-Sport model here with 20-inch rims and then a non-F-Sport model as well, so you can kind of see the differences there. And as you can see here, with the introduction of the IS a few years ago, we introduced the Spindle Grille. That was carried on to the Lexus NX as well, and for this year, the 2016 RX 350 has introduced the largest Spindle Grille Lexus has ever produced.
Also, actually, some of the features that they've added now is a 360-degree panoramic camera, which is actually pretty cool. So if you had problems kind of running over maybe the family pet or something before, awkward, maybe you should get a horse or something so it's a little bit less awkward for you.
Carrying on into the panoramic, a lot of our guests in the past have asked us, Manish, why don't we have the panoramic sunroof? And I always keep saying it's coming, it's coming. So with the 2016, we have the panoramic sunroof now, which is nice because it lets a lot of visible light in, especially in a sunny place like Edmonton.
Also, we've got parking sensors, so you guys can kind of see them actually on some of the vehicles here. It's an option, just teeny weeny little black dots, so that's going to help you guys avoid the pillars, the pets, the posts, all the P's.
Maybe the horses too, Teresa?
Horses probably, absolutely, you'll probably avoid those as well.
Let's talk about an RX first. It's been in the NX as well and some other cars, and that's the introduction of adaptive barrel suspension.
Yeah, does anybody know what that is? Again, no one in a red tie. Thank you for saying no, Wayne, who works here for a few years. Appreciate that. It is kind of cool, actually. It's basically just a little knob that you kind of turn in the vehicle. You can kind of change and enhance. Eco mode is going to allow you to use basically a little bit less gas, therefore get you better fuel efficiency. In sports, you're going to get kind of a quicker response and return of power when you guys touch that gas pedal. And in Sport Plus mode, significantly kind of less lean in the vehicle from kind of one side to the other. More composed kind of balance as you guys are turning corners, that kind of stuff. So really, really kind of cool.
Teresa, I still don't kind of understand that. Can you kind of give us a real life example?
Yes, I can actually, Manish. Thanks, I appreciate that great little lead in there. So we're going to pretend that Manish was one of the people that got one of the free RXs tonight, which because he's wearing a red tie, we know that didn't happen. But we're going to pretend that you're driving your 2016 RX on a beautiful sunny January day and it's minus 1 zillion degrees outside, as it typically is in January, but you're nice and toasty at your little tepid 25 degrees. When it comes to, you know, you pop in that Justin Bieber CD. I think we're swapping.
I think it was Taylor Swift. But,
Taylor Swift
yeah,
might have been as well, you know,
yeah.
potato. Feeling no pain, feeling great. He's checking himself out in the rearview mirror. He might want to flip it to that Sport Plus mode and really just kind of feel a little bit more of a passionate drive. So that gives you kind of a really cheesy example of how that can work for you guys.
Now that you all know that I'm a closet Taylor Swift or Justin Bieber fan, that sound will be really nice in the new 15-speaker Mark Levinson system. If you guys don't know Lexus before, you know that Mark Levinson is a quality system. I was surprised when I went to training, I know Zach can attest for this as well, that is the nicest audio system I've ever heard in an SUV. So when I'm bopping up to Justin Bieber's hits, you can see me probably cruising down the street. So.
Now that we all unfortunately know what your taste in music is, we're just going to touch on that incredible interior actually in the vehicles as well. So Manish?
The 2016 RX F Sport features real leather seat surfaces. Not only are they comfortable, but really supportive. That has carried the direct injection molding from the IS and the NX and now over to the RX as well.
Also, some of the design language that was actually transferred from the front of the Spindle Grille has now actually sort of been mirrored in the back. Kind of creates more symmetry with how the vehicle looks.
As you can see here, the dynamic lines, it's also with symmetry tree. So we've added the dual exhaust, which is not also aesthetically pleasing, but also easier for the car to breathe. Kind of like having maybe one lung or two lungs as well.
Perfect, makes sense. I think I'd prefer two lungs. Just
Sometimes.
saying. When it comes to Lexus as a whole, they've really tried to sort of diversify their portfolio over the last few years. A lot of our models now actually have an F Sport version, so that's going to get you things like F Sport badging, that really cool Spindle Grille, black headliners, some of that variable tune suspension as well. So really kind of cool that Lexus is taking just a bit of a different leap on how they want their product to go.
And it's nice to kind of diversify that. With the RXs before, it was only kind of that luxury feature. Now with the executive package, you have different color choice in the interior, the exterior, so it still has that elegance that Lexus has always offered, but now optional for having that F Sport as well.
Cool. We wanted to touch base a little bit just in terms of maybe some of the newer services that are just about to be added.
Well, definitely now with the expansion of the 2016 RX, we're going to have a lot more, customers and previous customers of service. We have added 5 more service bays as well on the pre-owned side. We have over 14 test drive units, 4 RX 2016s. We have over 40 service loaner vehicles. And Teresa can talk more about some of the VIP servicing that we do have still to offer here.
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure that you guys were still aware of just how some of the servicing works here. As Manish Manish had mentioned, you know, tons of service loaners here available for you guys when you come in for service. Also really great valet service. Someone's going to come to your home or your work and pick up that car for you. All of these services are complimentary, so we want you guys to use and abuse them. There's now actually a little spa upstairs, so if you guys have got, there's a reason it's called a manicure, because there's still men that want to kind of get some paw love as well. So take advantage of that, you guys. We really want you to be able to use the services. You should love the vehicles, but we want to make sure that you feel pampered as well.
So we just want to kind of thank you guys for coming out and talking about some of the new features that the RX has to offer. There is a lot of few sales guys here today that can kind of explain some other features that we do have, some similar features that we've had from the past that have been upgraded. And again, we do have test drive units as well. So again, thank everyone for coming out and listening to our presentation. I hope you have a great night and get to test drive the new RX as well.
Right.